Welcome everyone. Thank you for attending today's Business Administration Program preview. My name is Christine and I manage the Business Administration Program at McMaster Center for Continuing Education, and I'll be facilitating today's session. So here's our agenda for today. The first part of the presentation will focus on the different programs and the course options within our certificate, general diploma, or the diploma with a variety of different concentration areas. So then we'll take a look at some of the program details and the online format. And we'll hear from Jeff May, who is an instructor within our program. And lastly, we'll take a look at fielding some of the questions. Feel free to submit some of them during the time if you feel comfortable. So here we go. By now you've likely already asked yourself, is this the right program for me? Our students come from a wide variety of backgrounds, and some of our students work in administration, sales, and management, just to name a few. This program is an asset to anyone currently working in a business environment and looking to enhance their skills, or for recent graduates who want to build their resume, maybe new managers, entrepreneurs, and many other areas of practice. Now let's take a look at the 3 program options. The first option is a certificate, and students will complete 5 core courses. The 5 core courses, as you can see, are Business Foundations, Business Communication, Foundations in Business Finance, Introduction to Marketing, and Organizational Behavior. The courses covered in the foundational skills and knowledge students need to be successful in any one of the businesses. When we asked employers what skills and knowledge were most important to them, topics ranked the highest and interesting. Communications, and specifically business communications, was ranked among the most important. The courses do not need to be taken in any specific order, but if you just have a little bit of business background, I would suggest taking Business Foundations, as it's a good overview and touches upon marketing, HR, and finance. It is important to note that these courses are offered in person and online in every semester. We have accelerated courses now, which are 8 weeks, and regular 12 or 13-week courses too. So finding a fit for your courses into your busy day and your scheduling shouldn't be a problem. The second option is a general diploma. Students will complete the same 5 core courses plus any 3 electives. On the next page, we'll see what each one of these electives is. So here are the electives. So you'll see that we have electives in management, creative and critical design thinking, finances, human resources, marketing, project management, and risk management. So the students will complete 5 core courses plus either 3 or 4 of the applicable concentration courses. And you'll see that I've noted there which are 3s and which are 4s. As mentioned in the previous slide, students who want to earn a general diploma are required to take 5 core courses plus any 3 or 4 of the electives. The electives can come from any of the concentration areas. So, for example, you can do a course in HR, you could do one from marketing and one from management, for example. Or you can do 2 from marketing and 1 from creative thinking. It's really up for you to decide and to make your program your own. Please note that there are 2 exceptions. So the first exception is for risk management and the electives, which require students to follow a specific course order. You can still do all 3 of them, but that would be obviously the concentration in risk management. And the other one is in project management, which has specific modules and a separate registration process. So now we'll go to some more program details. Under assignments and grading, each course is uniquely planned, and you can expect any combination of the following: in group discussions, quizzes, exams, assignments, and case studies in order for us to assess your learning. We have been busy creating courses with webinars in order to engage students with their instructors and classmates. These webinars are live, but don't worry, if you can't make a live session, they are recorded and you can access them as soon as the next day. Most courses are assignment-based, meaning typically there isn't a final exam, but there are certain courses that require a proctored exam. You can complete your exam here in Hamilton, or you are with a community college or a university location near you, as long as they have an examination center. A little bit about time commitment. You can expect to spend about 5 to 7 hours of effort per week, whether it's in person or an online course. The biggest difference with online courses is that you decide when you do the work every week, since you do not need to be physically in a classroom for 3 hours of instruction like the in-person courses. You'll have due dates and timelines to follow, which are noted in the course schedule when you first log into your course for the first time. And some accelerated courses. Accelerated courses are new to the business administration program and have been very popular. We have responded to student requests by adding several accelerated courses to the core offerings, and accelerated courses are 8 weeks in duration. Due to the intensity of the compacted course, you can expect to spend more time weekly in order to complete the courses. We would typically advise to have 8 to 10 hours a week per course of availability. So far, 3 out of the 5 core courses are in the core area are currently available, and we have 1 more starting for the fall. So these courses are noted with a special character on the course schedule, which is on our website. And last, we have course materials. All of our courses require a textbook or a course pack. Most course materials cost approximately $100 to $175 per course, but sometimes they are more. Those materials are purchased separately after you enroll and pay for a course. The materials can be purchased online at McMaster Campus Store website, and doing a search in the textbook area will find the cost for you. Finally, before I take your questions, we have a 2-minute audio presentation from Jeff May. Jeff is a business administration instructor here at McMaster, and Jeff has been teaching with us for several years and is quite a popular instructor. His students are always impressed with his ability and his ability to manage a busy consulting practice, and hearing his stories about his travels to the many different countries that he gets to go to. Let's take a couple of minutes to hear what Jeff has to say of continuing education.
Hi, my name is Jeff May, founder and president of the May Development Group. I started my organization 15 to 20 years ago when I first moved into the Southern Ontario market. I focus on working with organizations in the public, private, and in many cases post-secondary sector. Much of what we do focuses on going into organizations, small and medium-sized organizations for the most part, and doing a needs assessment focused on things like succession planning and skills development, essentially on the soft skills, human resource, business development side of the equation. I've had the opportunity to work with organizations like Loblaw Canada, the CIRCOR group of companies, Jack Astor's, Alice Fazoli's, Canyon Creek, a number of different financial and insurance organizations, as well as over the last number of years, I've also been actively involved in working with post-secondary organizations. I have an undergraduate degree in economics. I have a graduate degree in educational leadership, and I'm currently enrolled in the educational doctorate program at the University of Western Ontario in Principles of Leadership. When it comes to a teaching approach, I think, again, that really just reiterates or focuses on what it is that I try to do. And that's really to engage the learner in the process of teaching one another, learning from one another, and really try to create an environment where there's mutual respect for what each individual brings to the classroom. Many of the activities and lessons that I've pulled together focus and take the time to focus on finding ways to engage students in the learning. The reading, the lesson, and the background information can all be done before class. The opportunity in a classroom environment is not really to give information that is easily available in the textbook or through research. It's to allow, I believe, the opportunity when students come into the classroom to begin exploring, to begin to explore those ideas, to begin to explore those concepts, those theories, those principles, that they've learned outside of the classroom and discuss the application of how do we apply those theories, how do we apply that learning, how do we apply those principles, what examples or illustrations do the different learners in the classroom have for the application of that. So why should students take the business administration program with McMaster? If you're looking to develop capacity, if you're looking to develop your competency level, a valuable resource within the business environment, within your organization, within your company, or possibly looking to move your career forward and apply for positions elsewhere. Certainly with the broad range of courses from Business Foundation to Business Strategy, for example, the two that I've been actively involved in, you can really develop or have the opportunity to develop a good, strong foundation and skills, principles, theory, and application ideas to help you move forward. Whether you're in a nonprofit, a profit, a government, a startup, public, private, it doesn't matter. Really, the principles, the fundamentals, the principles are the principles. And the opportunity not only to learn from faculty, but also to learn from your peers, where you're given opportunities in those classroom environments to engage, to share, to work in groups, and to learn from one another. One of the things that I often share with classes, whether it's online or in class, is that one of the great pleasures for me is that I often learn as much, if not more, from the students that come into the classroom themselves than I could ever offer. And that's a really great dynamic to have.
So thanks, Jeff. That was an excellent overview of our programs and in support of our programs. So thank you very much for that. So now we come to the end of the sort of more formal part of things. So it's McMaster.cce.ca, and the information for an email if you like some more information is businessadministration@mcmaster.ca.